2, 1, and go.
Welcome back to the Dadnarok podcast. This is Sean.
And this is Chris.
Hey, we are back again for the audio podcast, the Dadnarok podcast. What have you been up to?
Since I started that job, I don't have a whole lot of time to do a whole lot of anything anymore.
Work. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like I'm complaining and how many people are not working right now. But working in the evenings and having like 2 days in the middle of the week off makes it hard to have a, shall we say, a sociable type of life. Right now, who's really having a huge, social life? But it kind of hinders it. But kind of making do.
So that's what you've been up to, working?
Pretty much. I mean, we did the May 4th. So we actually missed last week as an audio version wise, but I went ahead and I was able to complete my Grogu, my Lego, which was fun.
Hey,
I just sat down and I was determined. I was like, I'm gonna finish this guy.
Yeah.
I got going and I was building an ear on the 4th, and I was like 5 bags in, and I just went cross-eyed and got stupid. I couldn't tell one green part apart, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And you know what? If you guys are watching here, I'll bring a little man down.
I was about to say, where is he?
There he is. And he can be
good.
He can be sad. He can be happy. He can be all like,
Wow, that's funny. It's kind of it's funny that his head kind of bobs around like that too.
Oh yeah, it moves. It slides back and forth. So it's got a lot of I mean, even his hand, I'm gonna drop and be pissed.
That would be hilarious if you
Twist
could drop
around. Oh no, we're not doing a full Lego show on us. And they destroy them. And you know how much that hurts my soul? I see them put together these awesome Legos.
Yeah.
And then they purposely like drop them off like a second-story balcony. I'm like, it's traumatizing. I'm like, I can only imagine like how long it will take me to put together what they put together, just straight out of their head. Not even like following anything. They're doing it. And then they purposely want to see how it explodes. I'm like, it's cool and satisfying, but traumatizing at the exact same time.
I have yet to construct my Boba Fett helmet, but I need to do it. I need some sort of puzzle, or I need something to do with my hands here. I saw this puzzle online so Christina does the same thing, where if we get close to a birthday or anniversary or Mother's Day, she just finds stuff that she likes on Instagram and just like text me links. So I don't have to very often ask her what she wants. But I started doing the same thing for Father's Day. So I saw this big Ghostbusters fleece blanket printed out that I could hang up on the wall back here.
You missed an opportunity, man. You should have messaged her to the freaking Echo One Lego set.
That's too expensive and probably too hard to find by now.
It's Father's Day. We make an effort on Mother's Day.
Yeah, an effort is correct. Yes, some sort of effort.
Yeah. You have your helmet. It's Boba Fett, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They went ahead and released a few more helmets on the 4th, and one of them was a Darth Vader.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I need to get Vader's helmet. That's my next project. So I don't have a Lego project now. I got a Porg looking at me with his mouth open, which is kind of disturbing. I've got Grogu staring at me, and then I got a Stormtrooper. So I'm like, this is kind of unnerving.
Man, the Porg is so dated, isn't it? It's very specifically The Last Jedi, and that was it. They were big for a time period of maybe about a month.
And honestly, that was the biggest pain in the ass to put together.
Oh, really?
That one, because there are so many moving parts on it.
Yeah.
And if you don't get them perfect, it won't move right. And honestly, it's not perfect, and it doesn't move right. He's sitting there with his mouth open, and it's supposed to be able to flap his arms perfectly and then close his mouth.
Right.
And it just things didn't line up perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I don't even care. He's done. He's up there.
He's done.
Done and done. So, do you have anything that that you've been up to with the family?
Let's see. I'm trying to think. This week, Verona kind of dropped a surprise on us. It was Thursday evening. I get done work at 5, and I head upstairs, and my wife Christina is like, "Hey, Verona told me that they're having superhero day at school tomorrow, and she wants to dress up as Batgirl. So does she have any Batgirl t-shirts?" And at the top of my head, I'm like, I don't think she does. She has maybe a Wonder Woman t-shirt, I think, maybe. So I was like, well, she's way into Batgirl. She's been watching the superhero girls on Netflix or whatever, and that they're all DC characters, um, which I've thoroughly enjoyed. I'd like watching it with her because now I get to tell her like who the heck the Green Lantern Corps is, and they're actually pretty
Nice.
faithful. They have like a ton of characters in that show, but it all takes place around it kind of centers around the girls in high school or whatever. But anyway, she loves Batgirl. She loves Barbara Gordon. So I was like, man, if my little girl wants to be Batgirl, I need to find a way to make her Batgirl. So I got on Google. I was searching like, girls, Batgirl t-shirts, and you can kind of check local inventory on Google Shopping or whatever, which I don't know how, thorough or accurate it is, but it didn't really give me anything that was local that I could just pick up. Because literally, like, I had within a couple hours to get her a shirt.
Yeah. It's tomorrow.
Yeah, by the way, it's tomorrow. So okay.
Thanks for the heads up. I know that heads up.
So I had an idea spark in me. I remember going to these like craft stores like Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and always seeing like the crafting department where it's just like all these different colored t-shirts, and then you could like do, I don't know, the puff paint and like, the stuff from like the 90s tie-dye shirts. They have like a section with all t-shirt stuff. And I was thinking, I was like, iron-on decals. Like, they got to have iron-on decals. It's got to be a thing. So I was thinking to myself, like, it can't be like I can cut out a bat shape easily. Why not? Like, Batgirl pretty much just has the solid yellow big bat on her chest. So like, if I can get that and just a simple iron-on where I wouldn't have to go crazy and like cut out this sort of ornate shape or anything. I can maybe get it done. And by happenstance, I went. They had a purple t-shirt, her size. They had this like gold glitterly iron-on material that I was able to cut out a perfect bat. I basically, folded a piece of paper in half and then cut out a pattern. So it was like diagonal, it was like a mirror image on both sides.
Yeah.
So that way the bat wasn't like misshapen or anything.
I seen it. I was like, man, I was impressed by it because I figured you'd cut it. I knew you would be able to draw. I didn't know how you did it. I was like, that's pretty impressive.
It ended up being good. It ended up looking like a shirt she would have bought, off the rack somewhere. So I don't know if this iron-on material will last too long, but hey, she was able to be Batgirl for superhero day, so I was fine with that.
That's a win, dude.
That's a win.
She may remember that one for a while. My daddy made me a Batgirl shirt.
That's right.
That's a dad win. Chalk that one up.
Daddy came through.
We get those wins every now and then.
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm gonna get my win here in a couple weeks. So as soon as my little girl sees Minnie Mouse and Elsa, that'll be the win for me for the rest of the year.
Heck yeah, that's gonna be a win. She remembers the rest of her life. You kidding me?
I hope so. Unless it goes terribly wrong when we're down there.
What if she's too young and then 10 years from now you're like, hey, remember when we went to Disney? And she's gonna be like, not really. Did we go to Disney?
I don't remember going. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, yeah, we went. And every time you've seen Minnie Mouse, you cry like a little baby. I would not put it in front. Besides my boyfriend saying that, he is 100% boy. I tell you that.
He absolutely is. He's a big brother. He's definitive big brother.
That came in with 2 pieces of glasses today from school.
Oh, again. He busted his glasses again?
Okay. Let's kind of get into this here. So if you guys haven't been listening to a while, I warned my wife when he started wearing glasses that he's going to go through, if he's like me, about 2 pairs of glasses a year. Man, I undershot that by a mile. So he had his first pair. We were camping.
Right.
And he broke those.
And he only had those glasses, what, like a day? 2 days?
Maybe a week.
Okay.
Maybe a week. And remember how scared he was to tell me?
Yes.
He was terrified. I'm like, okay. And then we got a replacements. They broke. And it was a little while. I'm like, okay, Jess starting to get a little irritated. I'm like, I'm expecting it. Like, I told her kind of what to expect.
Right.
Then that next pair, this is pair 3. He loses in the snow.
No.
I have never lost a pair of glasses in the snow, nor did I ever expect him to lose a pair of glasses in the snow.
Yeah, that's intense.
So I figured, okay, you know what? It's over a friend's house. When the snow melts, we're going to wind up finding these. Lo and behold, we did. But in the meantime, we had to get him another pair. So we have that pair sitting back in Janessa's desk in the office. He has a new pair. This is when Janessa told me, he's like, you know, our little boy, he's got a conscience on him. I was like, why? Uh-oh. And now I'm thinking, crap, what happened that he
explain further?
He did so bad that he had to, had to tell you.
Right.
So we had the pair of glasses in the office that weren't broken. They were just there because they were in the snow. He broke his new ones, swapped them out, so we would never know.
Oh, wow.
And he felt bad about it, and he told Janessa. So I was like, no, I'm a little proud of him for fessing up to it before we even knew it happened.
Right.
Fast forward to today. He comes home from school, and I notice he's not wearing. He's holding his glasses.
Uh-huh.
And he hands me two pieces.
Oh, boy.
One had like the actual like ear on it, and the other one didn't. And I'm like, now I'm getting aggravated.
Sure.
Because I'm like, there was a point where I was understanding. Okay, we're good.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? I even wanted to get the ones back here fixed. Because I was like, I wanted to take two pairs to Disney with us, just in case something happened. And now he's walking in with two pieces. And then I look at him, I'm like, okay, it's a screw. It's just a screw.
Right.
I'll go to Meijer, get a glasses repair kit. I'll fix that one. Apparently the same thing was wrong with the other ones. I'll fix them both. Boom, we're done. My big old sausages on my hand can't hold this itty bitty little screw for the life of me. And I'm getting frustrated. And at this point, Janessa and her sister are in the kitchen. And she's like, I'm just going to take both pairs back to Walmart. One of the two are under warranty. They'll fix one of them.
Right.
And if I got to pay anything from to fix the other one, so be it. I'm just going to have to pay for it.
Yeah.
And she's took them over there, and they fixed both of them with no charge. I was like, thank God. Now the back of my head is like, okay, she joked. She said his next pair of glasses are going to be those sports basketball goggles.
That's what I'm thinking.
I was like, you know what? You're not going to break these.
Yeah, he needs ones that are going to stay on his head. Or I was thinking maybe it's just like the big plastic old man glasses that, they cost. They're real cheap. They're like $10 a pop, and if he breaks them, no big deal.
Dude, I was I wasn't mad at him yet, but I felt my internal like I'm gonna get really pissed really soon, and I better just put these down and go play.
Dude, yeah, I get it. The last thing you want is just like random expenses that don't have to be there. Just like stuff that just shouldn't pop up and that you don't plan for, and just the little stuff that adds up. It's like if you break some once, okay, we can take care of it. But by the third, fourth time, and the more that just adds up, it all adds up incrementally. I have the kind of the same thing going on, not with Verona, luckily, but with our dog, our newest dog, Ginger. She is like pup through and through. She's got puppy energy. She also is a big like guardian of this house. Like the backyard is her area. She's constantly like keeping vigil, keeping watch of the backyard. Anytime there's a squirrel or chipmunk running across, she is like on it. She is intense. And she gets so intense chasing these things that she's actually knocked down our downspouts from our gutter in our backyard twice.
Oh, no.
Twice. Two separate occasions on two separate downspouts. And I don't, I have no experience tacking these things back up on brick. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So that's two different times I had to call somebody to come out here, and it was $100 a pop just to like, tack on these downspouts back onto the side of the house. And it's like, that's $200 for what? So my dog could chase a squirrel and try to get at it, like,
and not get it
out of here, and not get it.
At least catch the damn thing.
Right, at least give me a squirrel for my $200.
Oh man, now, I don't know. I think I may have been boiling after the first one and been just completely blown a gasket at the second one.
Oh,
in that instant.
I was pretty miffed, dude. At the second one, I'm thinking like, okay, what do we need to do? What animal poisons? Well, not for my dog, but for the squirrels and chipmunks. What do I need to put out in the backyard to prevent this kind of thing?
Oh my god, what poison? So you're dealing with squirrels running through and a dog darting after them. You're already the rat king. What we can have raccoons and possums hanging from your
Dude, you joke. You joke. But a few nights ago, it was dark outside. I let Toby and Ginger outside, kind of like the final time to pee. It was probably around 9:30, 10 o'clock. And they dart right for the back of the backyard, and they're on something. And they're doing like this little circle dance around the spot. And I'm like, oh shit, oh crap, they're around something. They found something. So I immediately, like, I throw on my slippers, I go back there, and I'm kind of walking slowly because I was afraid that it was another rat like I've had before, this kind of same thing. It wasn't. It was a baby possum.
Oh, where's Mama?
Yeah, that's
would have been my
exactly
first thought.
what I was thinking. Like mama possums are very defensive and they get nasty. They hiss, they bite, and they're gross. Possums are just nasty animals.
Yeah.
So immediately I was like trying to corral the dogs back, and this thing was like playing still, it was like playing dead. And honestly, playing possum, yeah, exactly. And honestly, it was still small enough to where it was still kind of cute, like it hadn't grown into its big fat ugly phase with its scary face and stuff. Like it was still fairly, cute looking. But that's another thing that we've had in our yard. Like my backyard is insane, and we are in such close proximity to like a main intersection of this city, where like two like major, highways with a lot of restaurants and retail. We're like close. We're like right in the same neighborhood, and yet I've seen, God, just list them all: squirrels, chipmunks, blue jays, rats, mice, and now possum, rabbits. Like I've had way more.
Sounds like you live out in the middle of nowhere. That's what it sounds like.
I'm half expecting just to wake up and have a deer in our backyard. Like, where am I?
Oh, that's funny. We found the name of the show though. It's gonna be called Playing Possum. That's the name of this episode.
There we go.
But man, okay, well that's fine. You know what? That's gonna feed into our Midwestern Meltdown guys are asking about the rats that 1 week. Now we got possums.
I have no update on the rats, honestly, and I don't know how to proceed with that because, Orkin, they come out here like once every 4 or 5 weeks, and they basically show, well, here's the trap. And the last time they came out, they said mice had been eating on the traps, and not rats though. So I'm like, okay, well,
what do I do? Honestly.
Yeah, they may be, which I'm thinking that the next time they come out, and if they can assure me that, no rats have been eating on the stuff, then I could probably discontinue service. But I don't know. Here's hoping.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's going to be getting warm too. So I'll maybe hold them for a few more months. It may not be a bad idea.
That's true.
Wow, dude. I mean, we were both all, full disclosure, we were talking pre-show, like, what do we talk about? What kind of family stuff do we have? And wow, that one, that's funny. We actually found stuff.
Yeah, you jogged the memory of some recent family trauma.
That's great. Oh man, but have you been following like any pop culture recently? I mean, there's been some big news about the Golden Globes. Have you seen any of this?
I saw a little bit about it today, just that, like, I mean, basically the Golden Globes are being canceled. Like, they're celebrities that are like giving back their Golden Globes, and apparently ABC is not going to continue hosting or like viewing or airing the Golden Globes. And it was something to do with diversity or something, right?
Yeah, apparently there is only 87 members of the foreign press that all live in Los Angeles, but are based out of other areas, like out of say Canada or somewhere like Europe, or all these different areas. But there's only 87 of them that are in this whole thing, and they're easily bought, and they can be easily swayed to put people in or like movies into categories but they shouldn't be.
Okay.
And on top of that, there was one member that came out. He said he's been a member of this guild here.
Yeah.
Or the foreign press for 20 years. and there's never been one person of color in there within the past 20 years.
Wow.
So there's no diversity at all in there with women or any other races or any other representation of any other foreign countries. So you have
that's interesting.
Foreign press who is voting on all these movies that, all the movies are, worldwide. So you want to have input from other countries and other areas of the world.
Yeah.
But when they really aren't, they're called that, but in reality, they aren't that.
Yeah, and that's interesting because the Golden Globes is kind of the lead up to the Oscars. Like depending on who wins the Golden Globes, it's a pretty much not a sure thing, but the person that wins the Golden Globe, there's a way better chance that they'll win the Oscar, like a month later.
Yeah.
So for them to, have this kind of like shady cabal that, nobody knows who they are, or just like, their representation is bad, and their Hollywood itself has been, struggling and to do their part in, fair representation. And, it's been going on. You think old Hollywood and like, white guys used to tape their eyes back to portray like an Asian person. Like it's gone a long way. I mean, there was blackface in old Hollywood. There was all kinds of things. And, even just like in Westerns and stuff that I love, you can tell when it's not a legit Native American, it's somebody done up in some makeup. And, Hollywood's been kind of fighting against that and trying to get their act together on that even, recently, like current movies. Like I remember when Scarlett Johansson was cast in the Ghost in the Machine movie, the main character in that. And that Ghost in the Machine is straight up anime. That's an Asian character that should have been an Asian woman playing that character, but they wanted a name, they wanted an American. And I don't know necessarily white was a big indicator, but
it's like when Tom Cruise had played in The Wall.
Yeah.
The Chinese was like, why is Cruise playing in that? I mean, he's not, Asian at all.
Oh, you were thinking of The Last Samurai.
The Last Samurai, yeah.
Yeah, but the same thing, The Wall with Matt Damon. That was the one where he was on the Great Wall of China and Matt Damon was the lead character of that. Yeah, same kind of thing where it's like, let's cast, the big Hollywood white, movie star as in this lead where it's kind of appropriating these other cultures. So, yeah, I get that where they're trying to, do their part. But this just is like another example of like, well, if you guys are really trying to do your part and really trying to change things, then this would definitely need to change, this Golden Globes.
Yeah. Well, apparently, now see, I heard of the outrage like surrounding Emily in Paris. Mm-hmm. I didn't know what the outrage was. I thought it was okay. Maybe it just didn't deserve to be nominated, but they put it in there.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is what happened. And this is why people were so upset about it being nominated for like best drama series or best something.
Okay.
The producers of the show, or was it Netflix? I think it was Netflix who actually developed the show. Went ahead and flew in 50 members basically to where they were recording it. Put them in the highest like possible hotel, treated them like royalty, and basically bought their way into the Golden Globes.
Wow.
So 50 of the 87. I mean, it's an all but guarantee.
Netflix really throwing that money around.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those instances, and apparently it happened once before, and it was with Angelina Jolie and oh man, can't think of his name off the top of my head. He's Jack Sparrow. Johnny Depp. With the movie with those two, and the movie was terrible, but they wanted, the star, prestige, the recognition. They wanted them there in the crowd and to be nominated. So for them to get there, they nominated them just to have them there.
Right.
So that's a lot of what's going on with the Golden Globes, and apparently Tom Cruise didn't want to have nothing more to do with it. He took all 3 of his and packed them up and sent them back.
Yeah, isn't that hilarious? I mean, of all the people to like take a big stand, Tom Cruise, I wouldn't he wouldn't be my first thought as somebody who would be the leader in like going against the Golden Globes, but there you go.
Yeah, if he's had enough, you got to have enough.
he's definitely had enough, man. The last time I heard of him causing a ruckus was on the set of Mission Impossible, where people weren't following the COVID guidelines, and he was getting really upset.
Oh yeah,
we are not messing around here. You want to get this movie done or what? He was like straight up yelling at people.
Oh yeah, and it was almost like people were like, okay, I understand it, but I was like almost borderline like psychopath. And I'm thinking, do you remember the dude that jumped on the couch on Oprah? It's the same dude.
The same guy. Yes.
But yeah, people are like, you know what? If they say they're going to go ahead and they're going to try to change their ways or whatever. The immediate damage control.
Yeah.
But without, I think it's NBC that runs them. But anyway, without it airing next year, are they even going to? There's no reason for them to even have the show, because who cares? I mean, half the people right now don't even care about any of the awards. The award TV shows are plummeting. No one cares.
That's true. I mean, even the Oscars. The Oscars is the big award shows when it comes to movies. And I remember as a kid growing up, like I used to get excited around Oscar time. It was like an event. It was kind of like the Super Bowl of movies, and I was a big movie kid. So my mom would sit down and we would get popcorn and dessert and watch this thing, and I would root for my movies that I was aware of, like there's Jurassic Park or the Star Wars movies or whatever.
Yeah.
And typically they were just nominated for special effects or sound design and things like that. But just seeing the stars, seeing Tom Hanks and Michael Keaton and Angelina Jolie, like the movie stars, that was the thing. And that's just like less and less a thing anymore. Like just in Hollywood in general.
I think this year's actual ratings for the Oscars is an abnormality. I think no one expected anything from it. All the movies there were either put there just to make categories, and they kind of knew who was going to win. I don't read too much in this year's numbers. So I think it took like a 60% dip in ratings this year. So
but they've been on a steady decline also.
Yeah, but I expect them to bounce back next year, not to be this bad.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, they might have a slight increase in viewership, but I don't think. I mean, it's definitely not the same amount of people that were watching them back when we were kids, like the late '90s and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, there's not as much of a buzz, and I don't know if it's because it's less of an interest in the movie star hype train that there used to be in the '90s. I mean, you and I can roll off '90s movie stars: John Travolta, Tom Cruise, like. Tom Hanks, like Mel Gibson, like again and again and again. We could just create a whole list off the top of our heads. But like movie stars now, it's kind of a more kind of a broad group. It's more where they are they're actors and not necessarily movie stars. If you know the difference.
And honestly, now I think there's more studios that are producing.
Oh, sure.
So, I mean, when you had just a handful of like studios that are producing your blockbusters, it was easy to know, who your everyday actors are going to be, which one. If you've seen an action movie come out, you say, okay, one of like 4 people are going to be guaranteed to be in it. Who else is going to be with them?
Exactly.
Now it's like, okay, Amazon Prime, a great example, The Boys. Amazon Prime put The Boys out.
Yeah.
There was not a single known actor on there that I knew when I've seen it.
Right.
But it was amazing.
Yeah.
And I mean, quite frankly, I may be in the minority here, but when I seen The Witcher, I didn't think Superman. When he was Harry Cavill, I didn't recognize him from Superman. So it's like even his level, I feel like it's almost to the like everyday public is kind of obscure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair point. I mean, there's just a lot more content out these days. And the big studios, they would, your Universal, your 20th Century Fox, they used to put out like the big dramas that would be like Oscar bait. But even just the movie going public has changed now. It's like you almost have to be, part of a big franchise like an Avengers or Star Wars thing. Like that's what the big hype is around. And all the dramas, they get a theatrical release, but they don't make the big splash that they used to. Like, can you imagine these days, like Forrest Gump? That was a huge movie.
Great example.
Like that was just like hit the pop culture zeitgeist, and like everybody was talking like Forrest Gump for a full year. It swept the awards.
We're still all running like him.
That's right. But can you even imagine like a movie like Forrest Gump coming out these days and having that same kind of like impact? Like, I don't think it's possible these days.
I think it's possible, but very unlikely.
Yeah.
It's one of those, it's got to be really, really big, and it's got to be really good. I mean, like there can't be any missteps. Like it's got to hit all the critics right. It's got to hit everything right. And it's got to have the right lead in it.
Right.
Like Tom Hanks was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I second guessed myself there for a second.
Like, was that Tom Cruise as Forrest Gump? No, it's Tom Hanks.
But even the ensemble, around him was great. So it's one of those. I think it can be done, but I think it's got to be like it can't be now, like you were saying though. I think it's got to be a good 5-10 years down the road. So we've been talking about this for a long time, and I was driving the train. It's like there's going to be some type of fatigue when it comes to all the superhero in general, the superhero movies, the Star Wars movies, the DC movies. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's going to happen.
Right.
But we don't know when it's going to happen. And when that starts slowing down, that's when it's just one big weird, like just ebb and flow. Right now, we're at this part where everything's big. And then something else is going to get big. And it could be back to the Forrest Gump type movies. And then whatever is next. So there's always one big genre that is running the show for a period of time.
True. Well, there you go. There's Hollywood talk. So, yeah, the Golden Globes, not so shiny right now.
Canceled.
Canceled. Put the cancel stamp on it.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, weird if they don't have them. Is there anyone that would step up and fall in its place that would be the lead up to it?
Maybe the SAG Awards. I've heard that people in Hollywood actually prefer the SAG Awards because it's the Association of Actors of the Screen Actors Guild. So it's basically the actors honoring themselves.
It's their peers.
Yeah, it's the group of their peers. Kind of pushing up the people who they thought did a great job that year. So if anything for that lead up, I think the SAG Awards would probably take place of the Golden Globes.
Yeah, I wonder if this is going to be a 1-year thing though. I wonder if they're going to correct it enough for them to appease NBC and Scarlett Johansson and Cruise and just to make them happy to bring it back. So only time will tell.
Only time will tell. I agree.
Okay, guys. Well, I mean, if you've been listening in the past, we did a whole series on our villains. Which villains were best in all the different categories, your Star Wars, your DCs, your in generals, your Disney's, all of them. And we got our final 6. So we put up a poll on Twitter, and you guys voted. I mean, we got about 19 votes or so. I mean, not a big sample size.
Not a big turnout. Well, we really, drug this thing into the ground. We spent like a whole month, more than a month, talking about these villains and delaying shows. So I forgive you guys for not being as hyped for the big battle royale.
No worries. But okay, so we had Joker, Darth Maul, Skeletor, Galactus. Then we had Scar and Freddy. Now, I come to find out Twitter only lets you put 4 in a poll.
Oh, no. What did you do? So what happened?
I went ahead and I put Scar and Freddy within the description. But I said if you wanted to vote for them, write them in.
Yeah.
In the comments.
Okay.
Well, there's no write-ins. So now that those got any votes.
Okay.
Can you guess who got the least amount of votes?
The least. So who was left? Who were the 4?
So we have Galactus, Skeletor, Darth Maul, and Joker.
Galactus. Got the least.
Got the least. Only 5.3%.
Okay.
So next.
Oh, you want me to guess? Going from
I'm gonna let you. Yeah, bottom up.
Next is Skeletor.
Skeletor, yeah, that's right. So you got 10.5%. Okay, this is gonna be the.
All right, so between Darth Maul and Joker.
Darth Maul and Joker.
Called, by the way.
Yeah.
You want me? Let's see. Let's say Joker came out on top.
You're not wrong. You're not right, but you're not wrong.
No.
They tied at 42.1%, both of them.
42.1. Wow, that's specific.
I was like, man, we can't even get an actual result here.
An even tie between the OG Apprentice, Dark Lord of the Sith, and the Clown Prince of Crime. Man.
I almost feel like we need to put those two up by themselves. To get a result.
I feel like we do. Yeah, I need some kind of resolution. I don't want to end this thing on a tie. That's like kissing your sister.
I just seen Ted Lasso. When you said that, I heard Ted Lasso.
He'd be so disappointed.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. But yeah, no, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put them up. We're gonna drag this poll out one more week.
Why not?
We're there. We need closure. I'm gonna put that within the poll, in the actual description. We need closure. This was a tie.
That's right. Like a true villain, we are beating a dead horse.
Oh, after the Kentucky Derby and the cheating scandal, that's bad timing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we were in the news this week. Good boy, Kentucky's not had a great time in the last year, man. Between all the uproar and upheaval with the Breonna Taylor thing, which was terrible. I mean, that was way worse than the Kentucky Derby juicing scandal. But still, man, we need a win. We need some good news for Kentucky.
The Derby made me nervous. I looked at the crowd, 50,000 people packed in there, shoulder to shoulder, wearing their goofy hats.
Yeah, and that was, I mean, to be fair, they were at 40% capacity, I think it was, but still, yeah, it was kind of jarring to see that many people maskless, standing around so close to each other, drinking their mint juleps. It was well, I guess pandemic's over, according to these folks.
Yeah, according to a few other states too. Yeah. But we're gonna keep out of the negatory.
That's right.
Well, what do you say? We go ahead and we just, I don't know, walk into the cheesy this week. We don't have a whole lot going. We can go chase down some possums while we find some cheesy. This is terrible.
Play possum into the cheesy. I don't know.
So you got yourself one?
I do have one. Are you ready for it?
Go for it.
I don't think you're ready.
I am never ready for this portion. This is always hurting to the soul. There's soup for the soul. This isn't it.
I did have it and it went away. Hold on. Let me try to think of it. I don't know why it disappeared on me. I don't remember closing out that window. Damn it. What happened here?
This is great. This is riveting podcast right here.
Oh, well. Hey, this is technically a live show, but this is not our live show. So what do you want from me? Just give me a second. I'll just have to find another one, I guess. Damn it. Okay. No, I remember what it was. I remember. All right.
Go for it.
How does somebody let's see. Damn it, I don't have it.
Oh, this is great. Well, I got a filler one for you while you're looking. This isn't mine.
All right, hold on. Okay. All right, I'm ready. How do you heal from the pain given to you by a speed bump?
I don't know.
You get over it slowly. Get it?
You go over it and get
No. All right, hold on.
All that lead up, all that build up.
I'm sure I messed it up.
I hope you messed it up because, man, how about this one here? What candy do sailors eat?
What candy do sailors eat? I don't know.
Lifesavers.
Oh boy.
Who will succeed King Rabbit on the throne?
Who?
Prince Bunny and the Heir Apparent.
Heir Apparent. See, I like that one better. That was something I would have heard that in a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Oh, okay. First one.
Oh, okay. I got another one. Okay.
Okay, go for it.
At first I thought my chiropractor wasn't any good, but now I stand corrected.
Ah, see. Okay. I like the play on words there.
There you go. That's better than the damn roadblock one or whatever.
Yeah, no, that first one was a complete stinker. that was definitely Dadnarok material.
That was some stinky cheese.
Oh man. Okay, Sean, what are we up to? Do we have anything going on? Do we do anything? Are we busy at all?
We're always busy. We're Dadnarok. We got tons of things going on. You could always visit dadnarok.com to see everything we have going on. Links to all our social media pages, including our Public site. You can buy Dadnarok shirts and throw pillows and hoodies, all kinds of things. Besides that, we do have a YouTube channel. Go and search out Dadnarok on YouTube. We typically on Friday nights we do an after show where we talk about the hit show of that moment. We've done Mandalorian, we've done WandaVision, and also Falcon and Winter Soldier, which ended recently. And we will be doing Loki next month in June when that premieres.
But we got some breaking news of that. That's going to be on Wednesday nights.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday for Loki, not Friday. So you don't have to wait so long to get your fix on these beautiful two faces.
That's right. But yeah, besides that, leading up to that, we also do our high voltage show, which is kind of a typical vlog. We talk about random stuff, whatever's going on. But that's kind of it. If you haven't liked and subscribed on our YouTube channel, go ahead and search us out and do that. It helps us out.
Okay, guys. Well, you heard what the man said. Go do that. And until we see you next time, keep it cheesy.
See ya.